Hello everyone and welcome back. Should be jumping into the final map between OpTic Gaming and Splyce very soon for the ESL Pro League Season 7 NA Division, and pretty uneventful map number 3. Not much to talk about there except for better clicking and not so better clicking from one side, so hopefully Splyce can step it up coming into the 4th map. And this is going to be OpTic's map pick, I'm fairly certain.
And the map is Mirage?
I have no idea,
to be honest.
I
think I saw it was Mirage.
Yep.
Yes, I saw correctly.
So.
I've got good eyes on me.
Yeah, I don't have as great eyes. I had to get glasses recently, so that would probably be why. My glasses are off right at the moment, so I can't see anything.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you Mitch?
Maybe.
Okay, this is not a good start. I hope people can confirm for me that I'm actually next to my co-caster right now. Okay, I'm not that bad yet, but, I mean, after that game, what would you say the odds would be for a Splyce at the moment? I'd say pretty dismal.
Yes.
Yes? Let's take a look.
Wow, that's pretty generous.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a game to be played, and you never know what's going to happen in terms of it's a new day, new map, new game. Not new game, but you never know. But still, Splyce going to be the underdogs in this one quite heavily compared to our previous series in OpTic Gaming. Yeah, as long as they keep up their good form, it doesn't matter about the little errors they're making at the moment. They're just a class above.
They're still gaming, mate.
Yeah, they're still gaming better, they're clicking the pixels better, and you can't fault from that. Anything from there on, we'd probably be nitpicking in terms of their strategical textbook. We haven't seen that much in terms of strategy from them, so maybe, hopefully they're starting on the T side on one of these maps coming on Mirage coming up, so hopefully we can see something and be able to have a comment on it.
Mate, Config and Cage and B, they're just trying to get this over with so they can go grab a burger or something.
Oh, I could go for a burger afterwards. I think you're going for fur afterwards, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. It's raining in Sydney today, so
yeah, it's a cold and
fur day, mate.
Yeah, cold and dismal day. We'll have to see how it goes afterwards. It's been a bit of a change. It's been pretty hot here in Sydney in the last couple of days, so a cold change is a surprising one, but a welcome one.
Well, we'll have to hang on to our seats for this one because so far it's been 3 maps of landslides.
I think we might be seeing a 4th map of landslide proportions coming up. As Drone tucks himself in the corner to make sure his teammates can get out faster, he's just going to be chilling out.
Okay, he's out of CT. No, it's still in CT spawn.
That's a good Molotov, actually.
Where did it go?
So he doesn't expose him to connector, and it mollies window.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
Still a good Molotov. I haven't seen it in the pistol round.
2 underpass, 2 smokes, 1 to connector, 1 to jungle. Maybe? Kind of looks like it. I think, did they mess one of those up? Don't think it matters anyway.
Yeah, 3 CT at the moment. They're all rotating out. They're
walked out unders.
1.
It's going to be on Davey. Like, it's straight up just Davey. If he they haven't stopped the window boost. He's walked off mid. So Config's out mid for free. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, so they're going to be crunching it through connector.
This is not good for Splyce.
They have CT pressure at the very least, but that's a very small at the very least.
Kev, here's a question for you. If you've got 3 in CT, why no boost, boys?
The
overrated. Boost is OP. It is not overrated. It is so good. I guess when they're coming in through jungle, you can get wrecked.
Why is Config not pushing up is the real question. I thought he would want more kills. I mean, when Stanislaus is dueling like that and he's not taking any damage, that's when he can get a little bit more confident, but the CTs are now pushing in unison. They found Cage and B. They're trying to find Stanislaus, but somehow still coming out on top. Semphis will be able to put the bullet in him, but it's an open plant, so there has to be a lot more headshots, and Semphis has to step up. He's the only man left standing. Let's retrieve the kit. No smoke grenade to play with. Only a single flashbang. Config can just play this angle alongside with Shazam for days, and Config, he's going to get taken out. This has been sharp from Semphis, but Shazam, that is sharp. But just not enough time. Bomb's going to kill him. And OpTic pick up the pistol round.
Fell over.
I don't think it fell over. I think it was pushed over here. Definitely pushed over.
By what? There wasn't anything behind him, Kevin.
It was an explosion. And Semphis was a cool guy. Didn't want to look at it. Doesn't matter. Even if you looked at it, it doesn't do anything.
Used to.
He used to, but not anymore. I don't think
People
it ever
still
did.
do that though. People still turn
it
to the
doesn't
bomb
do
when they're
anything in
running
global
away.
offensive. Like it used to do it in Source, I think, but never in Go.
No, in Go it used to.
At the very
They patched
beginning,
it.
like probably in 2013.
No. It was in there for ages.
Really?
And they changed it in like 2014, late 2014 or something.
Okay. I thought it was changed in maybe like 2013, 2014 at like latest and whatnot, but.
But yeah, like people still look at the bomb when it blows up just by habit.
everyone should know by now, as Splyce has brought up in here, cool guys don't look at explosions. And OpTic going to make a contact play out. Shazam just strafes out with the Galil, and Stanislaus covering the stairs angle. It's just a complete gun down. Forced by, more like forced to their death. Because OpTic, just clinical execution.
That's no fun.
No, it isn't. Normally when you buy CZ, it's like, all right, I'm going to have to play a little bit cheeky. You know, they're going to come out and try and make a contact play. And Gade's going to come in for the lurk kills, and he dies to the CZ on the last bullet. Still a dead man walking. He's going to hop out into Shazam, who's there with the Galil. Misses,
even on 1 HP, that looked like a struggle for the Galil.
Yeah, the Galil's always a bit of a struggle. I enjoy entering on it sometimes when it seems to work, but then I realize why, because I got lucky. Doesn't always work like that, unfortunately. So Splyce...
2 Mackies still up.
Why not?
That is a lot of cash farming. Cash money, baby.
And a full A-site stack.
And they've got mid-control 5 seconds into the round. No one's contested them.
And they're
running straight up short. 2 hard ups. Oh, no. Okay, Gade's here to farm.
Yeah, Gade's
Farmer Gade.
Chilling
got a piece
out.
of straw in his mouth.
Howdy, guys.
I think that's a cowboy, mate.
No, I could see a farmer saying, howdy, guys. They're all going to... Come on, swing on him, swing on him. Do it. Oh, no. They think they're coming out of A ramp at the moment. But OpTic have just slowed it down so far, and Drone's going to be mollied off. No one else is swinging out.
Sharp with the Mach 10. He's almost dead, though.
Almost, but not just yet.
Davey in position to be a bit cheeky.
That's actually, he's retrieved an AK-47, knows where Cajun B is, and he's retrieved an AK, he's going to back off.
Going to make config a bit upsetty, and that's the main thing.
That's the point. So a few guns going in the favor of Splyce. I mean, numbers advantage, but not the position advantage as Cajun B is going to get. So, I mean, if Memphis walked that, could have been a different story, but Cajun B is now farming up a bit of a storm. Still 3 bullets left, doesn't matter. Whips out the Glock. Reloading's overrated. If you reload, you can't push in. He's switched to the pistol.
It's faster than reloading.
Yeah, but in this case, it gives him his death. Exotic manages to... is looking around, but Shazam's here with the Galil.
What a gun. It's just so good, isn't it?
Davies taken an AK-47, 2 kills, so that's an extra $600 in the bank account. So did his tax returns, got $600 back. He's pretty happy with that. And he's gifted an AK-47 as well.
Boom.
Ooh, Stanislaus is going to check. He checks to the left, but doesn't check to the right. And as a result, Davey lives.
First buy round. What do? Is OpTic going to go for the mid-control?
What do?
Or are they going to just rush? Drone's buying a FAMAS. They've already lost.
Yeah, Davey's just gone. Yeah, mate, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go down struggle street here a little bit.
Why didn't he? Oh, Zotic. Okay.
Yeah,
This guy's actually hit some okay shots so far in this series. I haven't seen him play before, but you know what? He can AWP. He can do it.
Yeah, he can AWP, and maybe just on the CT side of Mirage, we can see a little bit more out of him as well. Splyce, just throwing a deep smoke grenade. Config doesn't care. Normally that smoke grenade, you'd probably want to back out of it because it signifies that the CTs may want to take this mid control, or be the apps control.
I'll tell you what, we've seen so many like AWPers come from academy teams and like join up decent teams and actually get better. Like not so much the other players, apart from maybe Gade, but plenty of academy AWPers make their way onto some decent rosters. Interesting to see.
Zotic has been left the role of holding B-apps, and Config wants none of that. He's confident, but not that confident. He's going to wait for backup for Shazam to think about opening up the duel. But the bomb's actually made its way to the A bomb site with 50 seconds left. OpTic can kind of throw a bit of a B site fake and then rotate around, but they're not going to go and do that. They're going to rotate the long way around. They're going to group up 4 people. They know they got the number deficiency, and they're going to make sure they've got the best chance of taking the A bomb site.
Gage just hates using his utility, doesn't he?
What's utility, dude? I don't know. Like, in this position, like, maybe you just buy a single Molotov or whatever. If you're going to be the entry fragger, do you really need to hold your utility? Memphis counter flashbang, but they know that there's one at ticket.
20 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to have to start making a bit of a move on right now. Memphis, that molly's missed, and that might be the game changer right now because, well, Cutler's just hitting a firebox. Gage checks the angle, though, and there's no more Molotovs. The bomb plant does go down safely.
Happened?
It always happens when you're like, oh, I've got the best position, going to peek out now into the T, just suddenly decides to look there. Config's going to be mollied off, but maybe they should have held it for a little bit because they can't really take map control with this.
Look at the late flank around as well from Gade.
Exactly, and it's an open plant. Config takes down Exotic as soon as that incendiary grenade goes out. They can find, when Drone's the last man left standing, so many angles for him to check. No chance whatsoever, and OpTic off to, once again, another 4-0 start.
Cutler's in the perfect position. Peeks too early, gets nothing done, gets his head ripped off. Drone doesn't come through the smoke to trade that out. CT guys still hiding. They're all playing so scared. Me no likey.
Mitch no likey. And as a result, I don't think Splyce are liking it as well, because no results to show. Didn't have the full set of utility in that round though, so looking to see what they can get done in the next buy round. Maybe a double AWP setup happens, maybe something else, but Config is just confident right now. Once again, just walking out of a ramp. Does get shut down though by Semfist under balcony.
He's not dead, he's just having to relax against that box, mate.
It's the time to press shift tab and go into the Steam in-game and take a bit of a look. And Cajun B just goes out with the bomb. Gade gets 1, gets 2. If Drone was able to get the kill, could have been a little bit scary because OpTic were struggling behind. It's going to affect the bomb plant once, but no one from Splyce is going to come out of the market because there's no one there. They're not interested in shopping around today. They're more interested in exploring the dungy dungeons. What the heck is wrong with me? The dark dungeon of Underpass. And Stanislaw won't be able to find Exotic because once again he checks to the left but doesn't check to the right. Everything's all left for Stanislaw. Everyone else is right.
The dungy dungeons.
The dungy dungeons. Couldn't make it up if you... Oh my goodness. That's gonna be brought up either tomorrow or Friday. That's for certain. Our time. That would be the Wednesday or Thursday your time over there for you guys in America. So this is the time for Splyce to make an impact. Davey, he's gonna pick up an AWP, and I think Exotic's gonna pick up an AWP. Probably a tactical pause coming out right now for Splyce to try to figure out an adaptation.
I would go with aiming.
Yeah.
At the opponents, perhaps.
It's not like they haven't been aiming at the opponent. It's not like we've seen levels of, you know, the crosshairs about 3 centimeters away from the opponent. It's that.
Oh yeah,
OpTic
that was Vice, never mind.
Yeah. And Vice had a pretty solid game otherwise in terms of train. I mean, Cage pretty forgettable all over for Rogue. But in terms of this context, Splyce just getting out aimed at the moment. When you're getting out aimed, there's not much that you can really do.
Well, you need to use your flashbangs and
utility
cleverly to get an advantage. Double AWPs is definitely a good shot, because you can give yourself 2 chances at potentially opening up the round and starting it off 5v4.
But look at this. It's going to be a fast A-site take. It's been smoked off, but I'd say they're just going to go straight out through this. They've got the people here. Gay is already moving through it. Cutler, he's not watching the angle. In fact, he has no grenades except for a single incendiary grenade. They're already printering off. They know Semfist is at stairs. Gay's still charging into CT. Config's there for the trade.
Man, that's scary. Gade config 1-2 entry duo. Not something you want to deal with.
And instantly, it's like Splyce took... the tactical pause took longer than OpTic to actually get on the bomb site. Speaks volumes, really. Splyce, once again, they're just playing so passive, so far back, and they're just going to go save here. 2 AWPs, no way in for them. And there's already a soft hunt by Stanislaw. He's already walked all the way to T-spawn, but he's not going any further. Davey's just going to be watching the bomb fall to T's. What a mate, Davey. But that's just going to lead to his death, because Shazam just comes up and goes, thank you very much for the kill.
For the boys. What is a soft hunt? I just picture like some guy out hunting rabbits, and he just runs after it, and he picks it up, and then he's just like, woo, he lets it go.
For me, like, hard hunting is when you're actively engaging as 5 people and you're just charging down, making a lot of noise. Soft hunting is when you've got one person who's like walking and maybe trying to find a bit of an opportunity, but he's not really engaged. Like, he's not engaged in it. Like, does that make sense? Yeah. He's hunting, but he's not really like going at it hard.
So
that's why it's a soft hunt.
So kind of like Splyce not being engaged in this game, right?
Yeah, pretty much at the stage. It's been a pretty forgettable half for Splyce. They need to start changing their fortunes around. They forced back up into this with the 2 saved weapons. They've actually got a decent set of utility on the back of this. That's probably the loss bonus now starting to kick in. Now OpTic going to be gearing up for a beast. I hit Davey's already blown nearly everything Incendiary grenade, flashbangs. OpTic just going to be making a contact play, but Davey is going to get the better of config. But where's the rest of the members on the CT side? Surely they've spotted the bomb being dropped. No, they haven't. Oh, Gade. He's going to take a dink as well for his troubles, and Semphis going to be coming out. Stanislaus not going to expect another one. Yeah, they're waiting for him, but they're not going to expect another one out of ladder. Davey, ooh, that was really messy, and that would have meant that he couldn't get the second kill, but Drone's able to get the second one. So finally, Splyce would be able to maybe put one on the board. But Shazam in a good position with the AWP to try to find a little bit more. Cutler is just holding an angle for now.
Lucky they're not even giving him that pick, because that could be the end of the round for sure.
Yeah, they have to double swing into this, where Shazam, it's going to just commit to the plant. A single flashbang to work with. He's going to cross out in the open. Going to be jump checking B-Apps, but checking so many different angles. It's so risky coming out from him. And oh, Exotic, I don't know what he's doing with his knife out. That could have been scary. Shazam now crossing to the other side. He's going to miss another shot. Misses a close range on Cutler, and that's it.
That was pretty well played from Splyce. Somewhat misplayed by OpTic, because considering how dominant they're playing right now, I mean, they were waiting for the lurk out from Stan, and I feel like that's where they're probably going to have the most success, is having that 4-1 death squad. You got Shazam like posted up on the angle, maybe Cajun throwing some support util, config and Gade the 1-2 entry duo punch that you want. You want Cajun closing out the mid round with Shazam posted on an angle and Stan's just lurking.
I mean, that was
presence,
like,
but
even
it
then,
didn't work out at all because they're just too scared coming out the apps.
And my problem with that round as well was that Shazam actually had a pretty good opportunity of clutching it out. Exotic just coming out with a knife out a door. I don't know what he was expecting. It's like, he's taking a shot, he's not going to take another peek.
That's the thing where you're so surprised that he did that and like made that mistake that you're not even ready to take that shot, so you miss it. Exactly. If that makes sense.
Where's the flashbang connector? I think Shazam... Oh, you can't dry peek into that. Exotic has had his number again. Semphis also finds a config being boosted up.
All right, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, so Splyce getting a few rounds right now, making it looking like a more interesting game. Stanislaw going to go back in, though, and they may not expect this. They may not expect the double boost up, and Stanislaw might be able to sneak into a market and get some work done, because no one's going to be checking this angle. Davies posted up deep in B-Apps, and he's not going to be spotted at for now, but Stanislaw coming in slowly, checking the bomb site. He has to check chair. That is going to be critical. He's going to find one, doesn't hold his fire third. It's going to be Davey, still holding deep in B-Apps, and he's been spotted out now, and Stanislaw on the lurk has managed to find 2 critical impact kills. Cajun B should also hear Semphis coming in from short, and Stanislaw just holding in market. Exotic. That's where I say, like, a little bit of inexperience from Exotic. He overextended a little bit too much, and now holding a much safer angle. And this is where they're just wrecking havoc everywhere, where Splyce are just going, what is going on right now? Cutler has to get this kill, will do well to get the kill to force it back to a 2-on-2. But the bomb's going down to B site, and OpTic can just set up around it.
2 kits, 2 flashes, 2 mollies. Definitely doable. And a smoke. Just picked up. Cutler might get caught out here by Stanislaw. Definitely needs not to.
Oh, I think he might be cut off because there it is. Cutler able to turn it back around, and Gade spots out Exotic. Exotic missing a critical shot, but Gade won't be able to land.
Oh, no,
yeah, well, no, not after that. Jesus.
Look, you felt bad for Splyce, all right? You wanted to
that's all right, yeah.
You wanted to give him
I felt bad, but that's kind of like Splyce were doing really well to earn it, and then it's just like, Gade's just like, I'll just molly myself.
You thought you guys won the round. I'm just going to throw it.
I think there was a smoke grenade anyway, so it wouldn't have changed the impact of that round.
But it meant he couldn't push, so it definitely did change the impact.
He couldn't do the pushies.
If you can't do the pushies, what's the point, mate?
Exactly, you can't get into the bomb site. Ooh, that looks scary.
Unbelievably close.
That looks a little bit scary, and Cutler, he may breathe a sigh of relief afterwards if he knows how close that shot was. For OpTic, 2 rounds now that they haven't been able to secure. And Splyce have done well to secure 2. Still have the double AWP up as well, so...
1 more, and they'll be even with themselves on the last map, and we'll see if they can one-up it.
And this is where OpTic is slowly starting to struggle with...
Could you pronounce the name of that AK for me?
It's gone. Nah, I can't. Semphis going to take down Config once again on the window boost. Gade pushing up. Semphis so confident and challenging so many different angles. You like seeing that. You like seeing Semphis going out and getting a few more kills. And Cajun B going to be swung at from triple. Semphis now with 3. Might find 4. He does find 4. And that's a good round from the deadlift man. Now Splyce really making it look competitive, and this is where I mean where OpTic, because they on the T side we didn't see too much from Train. This is where you're starting to see the cracks in the floors come out, where no one's trading each other out. Everyone's trying to make the play, and if that play doesn't work out, then where do they go from there? Because everyone's in their own separate mind, and that's the difference right now, where they're allowed a little bit of leeway. Exotic flashed off the angle. Ooh, nice little flick. Hit one, but he's 2 tagged down to re-peek into it. Semphis, though, he's been looking pretty good in that previous round. He wants more action. He's going to get it, but he's not going to find any kills this time around. And that's going to be a little bit of a difference.
Nice. Everyone's very weak.
4 people.
Semphis. He's deadlifting hard as ever.
Absolutely. Good to see that from Semphis.
It's great analysis.
There was a bit of, you know, a bit of fray, a bit of to and fro, but it's going to settle down, and we're going to be a bit of a calm period as they look to be navigating some troubled waters. That's an interesting adaptation from OpTic. So they realize, okay, Splyce actually actively check window when we try to boost into it. So maybe, you know, get one watching the jungle angle from here.
It's pretty common to go for the mid-round play of just looking for info in middle, because it can tell you a lot about what the opponent's doing if they're trying to get up connector and stuff.
Jungle smoke, but is any CTs? I don't think the CTs will be too interested in this right now. They're 2 tagged down in terms of members, which could swing. So Semphis just going to go hiding in sandwich. Got one at default, and then you just
How
got...
many of these hurt players are actually playing on that bomb site? It's only Cutler's who's got a lot of health. He's going to instantly pick Shazam, so that's really going to help Splyce's chances in this round. 10 seconds to go. They can't win this.
They managed to get the bomb plant down. Semphis spraying for a little bit too long to try to...
not right. Oh my god, what is going on?
2-on-2. Stanislaus picked up the AWP, and the rest of Splyce, yeah, just 2 low HP members just sitting in open not really open corridors, but blinded off by the flashbangs. Not able to get the bomb carrier as the smokes bloomed, and Stanislaus, pretty regulation shot. Davey, there's no chance for him in here now. He's just going to back off and save. So OpTic...
How has he underarmed the smoke onto triple and gotten the bomb down in that scenario? I don't get it.
Flashbangs were good from OpTic. They just completely blinded everyone on the A bomb site.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, we saw Semphis was completely blind at sandwich, and so was the player at default as well. And config briefly glimpses Davey and vice versa.
3v5.
Yep, 3v5 from OpTic, where time was running out. They weren't able to get the kills that they needed for Splyce, and yep. So the loss bonus or the win bonus is going to be reset for both sides. The economy is not looking too hot as well, and Splyce are prioritizing the double AWP setup that allows them to control the B apps with the second AWP. Maybe just going to be AWPing the short angle, but I think Mitch a little bit wordless right now.
Wanting to see what Splyce is going to do. I mean, there's a flash into A-ramp. Cutler is actually going to pick up Gade, who has been A-ramp most of the time. They've actually got 2 people towards A, so they were looking to sort of work the A-bomb site from 2 different angles. Doesn't work out for them though, because the mid-round from Splyce is pretty good. Just some standard stuff. Single flash into the A-ramp.
Mirage, compared to Train, has been a bit of a sleeping map in all honesty. Much more slower.
I mean, Splyce were playing slower.
Splyce were playing slow.
OpTic is now playing slow.
Yeah.
Because they actually, I guess they have just more tactics on this map. Funnily enough, it's not working as well as just running at their opponents.
I wouldn't even say... Yeah, they might have the tactics, but they don't have the teamwork yet to back it up. And with a slow crawl, they suspect that, okay, maybe 1 or 2 in short. But now there's a lot more in short. There's 3 ready to go up, and they're slowly walking in. Drone now is aware of the danger. There's only 1 person going to be watching the B-Apps line, which is going to be Exotic with the AWP. No one else is there close enough to rotate. They're already so far up. They made their way into the E-box area for short. And Exotic, he's coming in a little bit too late. He's going to spot out so many. And Drone had to land a kill there. Wasn't able to do so. Gets a dink. Oh, Exotic now mollied off into the worst position possible. And he's caught out in the open. Stanislaus trying to find the AWP, but that's been blown far, far away. And so once again, Splyce with the numbers advantage, just caught off guard by the OpTic play, just slow contact, and they're just going to have to save one more time. Oh, Semphis nearly caught out as well. Cutler managed to swindle himself in a nice position, actually, so he'll be able to find an AWP if he decides to go for it. Config is already all the way at A ramp. Trying to find Semphis at the moment with AWP.
It's a hard hunt.
This is a bit more of a hard hunt from Config. He's just left Cutler alive. He doesn't care about Cutler. He wants the AWP, but Semphis has stayed CT.
Gonna turn Cutler into a cutlet, mate.
Cutler is the cutter.
Okay.
Another pause from Splyce, I'd say, as a tactical pause. And, yep, 8-3.
Tactical.
Tosh the smoke. I don't know, is there anything that you want to say for Splyce or OpTic?
I mean, the double orb's helping somewhat, but when they let OpTic walk all the way up mid and all the way up short into Africa without
without any information, they surely had to be aware that there were a few players short, and they need to make an adaptation around it. But
a lot of the time they have 5 alive, and there's just like 4 gaps in their defense somehow.
And the gap was just not sealed. I mean, Drone, you could see, like, you know, maybe if he shoulder peeked into short, got some information, Exotic, you know, by the time Exotic decided to peek out and swing out, it makes so much noise, and OpTic's already there and just go, hi.
It was kind of bad timing, but even if the timing had been good, what, they get like 1-for-1s?
1-for-1s, but at least that buys time for the rotation. It's a lot better than all of a sudden.
They have the AWPs on the rotate as well. Like, the double AWP retake is... You want to be getting an advantage early and shutting down the round before you have to get into a, like, you know, huge retake kind of situation. And if you are retaking with the AWP, you always want to have a man advantage because you want the AWP to lock down a certain angle while the rifler runs in. And if the AWP is the one who has to run in and try and take an aim duel, we all know how that goes.
Yeah, some people can make it work out quite well. Others can't. As Davey looking to get some information of B. Abs nearly found the timing on Cajun B. If he had a different pistol, could have done some little bit more damage. Semphis on the short angle. He's going to call for the rotation for Drone, but that's going to leave Exotic on his lonesome, the AK-47, the A bomb site. Going to be playing this off angle. It's going to be covered in connector. Only watching to Tetris, and that's where OpTic are actually going to be going. So Exotic's going to have to go huge right now.
I feel like Gade gets caught quite often at A.
You think
it's the main weak point for OpTic, and that was a big weak point for them as well. Last map was him playing on the inner bomb site. He got caught quite a lot there as well.
Don't think Splyce will have enough rounds to kind of exploit it. So Exotic,
obviously, yeah, but it's just something to keep in mind.
Poor Exotic is just left here going, all right, there's 2 smokes and a flashbang. It's an ASI hit, guys. You need to come and help me out. And Config's also going to drop a smoke grenade. Molly underneath balcony. And a flashbang into CT. Exotic is... Oh, he's going to miss everything. Semphis is here. Finds one, but it's going to be an open plant for OpTic. And Config. Taking down the last teammate that Semphis could rely on. Knows where Shazam is, but clips him at the edge of the... I'm even not sure what that object is.
It's like
missiles?
Missiles, yeah. Warheads or something. Not the sour ones.
Ooh, sour warhead sounds delicious at the moment. It's Config, perfect flashbang and peek. Shazam, you know, dying. But Config goes, that's fine, you can die. I get the kill, I get the AWP. Here's the AWP, dude.
Very morbid.
It's a game about shooting people. I don't understand how. It's like, well, that's too morbid. They just respawned. It's a simulation. It's fine. No one dies.
Is it at all a simulation?
It's all a simulation.
Alright.
It's all a simulation where Cajun B trying to go pretty heavy-handed at the beginning. It's going to work out because Cutler's going to peek directly back into connectors, trying to bail out of there. But there's no bailing out. And action going to be slowing to a crawl one more time as OpTic just going to be slowly taking this map control. Shazam doesn't know how many went to unders, so he's going to do the safe thing. He's going to clear it out or come back into connector where Exotic was just waiting behind the smoke grenade. A single flashbang would have made his day really awkward.
Yeah,
Gade gets dinged through the side of the wall. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's having a bit of a struggles. It's always a bit sad when you're having a bit of a struggles on the winning team. I've had a few games like that where you just can't get anything going, but all your teammates are hitting their shots. So trading 1 for 1, I mean,
that's probably the best you can hope for at Splyce at this opportunity. Where
if you're
OpTic
ahead, you're trading down players. You're pretty. Oh,
actually, no, they're already down in one, but okay, that's really bad. That's good from Semphis, though. He's been the standout player for Splyce so far, and he's definitely stepping it up at the moment.
You know, taking control of the game. He's out-aiming people with the AWP, with the M4. The rest of his team's playing relatively scared, and he's just not worried about taking aim duels.
It's up to Cajun B to make a play at the B-bomb site right now, but with Davey just sitting at... Oh, Davey's now just jumped up to the bin, and if Cajun checks this angle... Oh, Davey looks like he's playing on 16/9. Spots him in the corner of the eye. Good peripheral vision. And Stanislaw, no time.
Good effort.
How much ammo has he got left? No, he gets the kill. There you are. Gets the kill. Good effort, but you won't be able to retrieve the AWP.
I feel like that was like pretty much like the equivalent of a 5 or 6 year old child doing a windmill attack.
Just swinging the arms and just hoping for the best.
Running it.
Again, another pause coming out. I'm not sure if that's going to be an OpTic tactical pause this time around. They want to figure out how to secure the last 2 rounds. They don't want it getting away from them.
It's an OpTic pause. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world when you're up like 9-4 to just take a little tack and try to cement the half. If you get 11 rounds, you're pretty much like...
in a good state.
You're going to win the game, more or less, most of the time. I mean, Splyce basically have to win the pistol and then win the first gun. And then they're back into the game. But if they fail to do so, it's a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, whereas
Plus,
Splyce...
I'd say it's more of like a... We're winning already, but for future reference, when we're in this position, I want you guys to do this. Or maybe it's an opportunity for the coach to just be like, this specific thing that happened, this needs to happen instead. You need to do this, blah, blah, blah.
I reckon for every single OpTic gaming game that we do cover, we should have like a beltometer. So it's like on a scale of 1 to 10, will Pet actually bring out the belt in terms of how bad OpTic gaming played. As Davey's got the XM. Oh, I'm loving it. This game is suddenly made amazing. Just because of Davey with the XM.
Isn't that where the meme originally came from? The old Splyce team? Pretty sure it did.
With the XM or with the...
Yeah, maining the XM. 2 flashbangs.
Yeah, he's on the wrong bomb site though. And they're just going to be committing to the A bomb site. OpTic have a force buy. It's a mixed bag though. And Cajun B is actually going to pick up Semphis through the smoke and through everything, as a matter of fact, onto stairs. And Exotic, ooh, he'll be able to pick up Config, but Config only had the CZ. Stanislaw walking out the smoke. Cutler's having none of that nonsense, and Cutler's going to find 2. Drone also picks up one of the M4, and all of a sudden Shazam somehow through the flashbang gets a kill with the Galil.
Gates just charging out with the bomb in hand. Full confidence in his team to cover him.
And Exotic will clean it up with the AWPs. So Splyce, I think now should be able to secure a 6-9 as well. OpTic don't have a great buy in this round, and that's probably an understatement of the series so far. Stanislaw dropping an AK over for Cajun.
Hero AK. It's going to go on config. So that's the wise choice. And that shows some respect right there. Stan's actually out-fragging config in this game, but he still drops in the AK.
Hey, run boost coming out. Oh, Exotic missing a shot. Is going to fall out. And Semphis. Maybe playing close short.
Lucky drone through the shoulder there, or he would have been dead.
Well, Shazam's dead. Config with the AK. What? 31 damage from an AWP with no armor? That's interesting.
Bomb being retrieved. Let's see which bomb site.
This is now looking
the hero
scary.
AK. Yep. Where is he at?
He came in from behind.
He's in market, mate.
Yeah, and he's going to go push in a short Splyce. They're going to try and take control of the short position. Cajun's just spotting them, just going, I've got a UMP. They're boosted up into short. And Davey, unfortunately, just not enough firepower on his weapon. I think he had either a FAMAS or a UMP himself, and that's just not good enough to take those duels at long range.
Looking like an OpTic round.
Okay, so 10-5. This is now swung back in OpTic's favor, whereas Splyce, if they made it 6-9, it could have been, you know, a little bit more easy going. Now it's going to be tough waters ahead.
What do you think that says?
In terms of OpTic or Splyce?
The AK.
I still don't know.
I'm going...
Something 25.
Happy birthday, 25 years old, Cajun B.
Cutler just has to go for this, but just so much crossfire coming out. Not much he can really do. So 10-5 half for OpTic. Good signs for Splyce in certain times, especially from Semphis. Really good showing from him as well as Exotic.
Yeah, he pretty much got them like 3 of those rounds. And he also aced in the pistol, almost aced in the pistol.
But unfortunately, it's probably not enough at this stage for Splyce to secure a confident T side. 5 rounds in CT.
Funnily enough, when OpTic was playing much more confidently and not trying to like work together as a team, they were better.
And that helps sometimes because when you're not playing together as a team, because you're so better at just fragging, you're checking every single corner, right? Because you're going, you don't know what your teammate's doing, so you're checking everything. You're throwing out your shoulder, making sure that every single line is cleared. And because you're sharp, you're landing all the kills.
Drone's already lost 22 HP.
From what? From getting knifed?
I think he got naded or knifed by his teammate.
Oh, no.
I got knifed by his teammate. Must have been. What do you do if you're armor pet at this point? Like, you basically like know your team's way better if they're just individually going for kills. How do you utilize that?
That's a good question. I don't really know. Stanislaw is going to be dinked out. I would like to see Julius in this position, but looks like no one wants to drop him. And it's going to be Cage and B picking up the kill on Drone, but I think he didn't have any armor as well. Exotic just tapping away. The Splyce are taking control of the B site. It's going to be a retake, a full 4-man retake from Market. Make that 3-man because Davey says, nope, you can't have 4, you can only have 3. OpTic going to be looking to ask if they can have some little bit more, but Config's down to 1 HP already, and Davey says, no, you can't have any more. And I think this is Splyce's way back into this. Winning the pistol. I don't even think they have a kit on the side of OpTic. Yep, that's it. Config on 1 HP. And Semphis just going to be dinking him as well.
Stuff from
Splyce won a pistol! Woo! Woo! The boys did it! So we're in for a game now. If OpTic...
How's Cutler got 15 kills? When did those happen? He
Yeah,
held A once. I remember that.
Yeah, he's been getting kills here and there. Drone having a bit of an off game, 5 and 14. But now is his time to shine on the T
Just a
side.
little worker Drone. What can he do?
Morph into a... I don't know. Morph into like a spawning pool. I don't know.
Spawn pool.
Morph into a hive.
Don't just morph into a hive. You got to build yourself up into a hatchery first, mate.
Is it hatchery and then hatchery into a lair into a hive? I think.
Yeah. That's right.
It's been a while. There's Config looking to find a few pew-pews. And Cutler goes, okay, looks like no one is doing the pushies, so I'm just going to fall back. But Config is, as a matter of fact, pushing up and getting a lot of information. But it's not the correct information, though, because they're actually all stacked at A ramp. No one's in Palace, and Config's the only person at the A-bomb site. So as soon as he Molotovs and these grenades are thrown, everyone from OpTic's going to have to rotate from B.
Ooh.
That's sharp. They know he's there now, though.
Be a Config.
Splyce have a single lurker on the side of Exotic. I'm not sure what to make of it. He's playing the connector position, and OpTic are just allowed a little bit of time to kind of flex away in, but they don't have a kit, so they're going to have to start to make a move on soon. Config's retrieved an AK-47. He's going to find Drone. He's actually cleared close CT. Gade. Just going to be waiting, because he knows that probably there's going to be one in connector and Exotic. He's going to spot out Gade just before he can. Config is going to go down. Stanislaw with the CZ from Catwalk is going to find the kill, but the plant is not for the Ts. They're going to have to cross, but the CTs has not come across in time, and Semphis, a little bit more to the left. It's going to be, ooh, I think Cutler finding the kill on the diffuser at the end, and Stanislaw will go down. But that was a much scarier round.
What a roller coaster, my head's spinning.
I think Semphis was able to find the kill in the back, like with probably the last bullet with the AK-47 that he was spraying in.
But once again, look at this money though.
It's not looking good for Splyce because they're going to buy up, and OpTic, if they're able to do some damage.
You're buying Mac 10s for what, boys? Like, you got to drop them into the next round, or you might. I mean, you'll be lucky to get away with it, but in the gunny. But you know,
luck, mate. It's all skill. Just like that flashbang, it was all skill.
Jumping at people with the Mac 10s, very skill based.
It's the most skillful thing that you could do. Your bullets will hit a big circle, and you just got to hope you got the perfect recoil control to make sure you're hitting all your shots in midair.
Yeah, that's something I practice all the time.
Is this a bad time now to say that I do jump around in Australian deathmatch servers and do that? I I just know. I just get bored after 30 M4 or AK kills. I just go, all right, I'm feeling it.
Only.
I feel like after that, I'm like, all right, either I'm hitting my shots or I'm not. And if I'm not,
Don't
I'm
just
just
touch it all then, mate, if that's your logic.
Huh?
I'm hitting my shots or I'm not.
If I'm not hitting my shots, I just go off and do something else. I like, I don't know. I just go do some push-ups or something instead.
Some pushies.
Some pushies instead. But Splyce have managed to guess where no CTs are on the A-bomb site, so this round should be over and done for. Davey pushing in. He wants some money with the MAC-10, but he's going to find a lot of CTs. Just hide. Hide! No, Davey! He's going to go in and he's going to be found by a lot of CTs. He's going to have a lot of time to reload.
He needs to make this MAC-10 worth it.
Yeah, 2 kills. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's 1,200.
That's not worth it, though, as Cajun's able to find one with the MAC-10.
And he got the 600 for it.
$900? Yeah, 900 for Cajun B.
900? Really?
300 for the USB kill, and then 600 for the MAC-10 kill. Okay. That's $900.
Mathematics. Mathematics.
Mathematics. Not your strong point, Pilly. So Splyce do manage to secure the 3 rounds pretty easily for that one, and losing to, well, I think, 2 people.
Shazam's bought himself head armor, so he expects them to keep, I guess, the MAC-10s that they lost in the last round, maybe. But
no,
they
they're not.
Didn't keep them, so not really getting it.
They're going for the Axe 47,
yeah.
as well as 1 Galil.
They're going to ask them how they feel about the headshots.
You know, really loving these nades today so far. It's rough. It's sometimes, you know, you don't want to be exposing yourself. So that one's, you know, high pressure nades does do things. As Cutler is able to kill Config, so that's a good opening start. I think Config was overextending a little bit in Palace, and Cutler punishes him for it. So Splyce going to be moving their way back to the A bomb site instead. Going to be leaving B alone now. And now we've got a game on our hands. And so the question is now, Mitch, do you think Splyce have what it takes to win this?
No.
Oh, you're so harsh. I'm going to wait until Splyce win this, and I'm just going to crow all over it. I'm going to be like, you know, I backed the boys from Splyce from the start. You never count them out. Ooh, and Davey's going to tweet at me later and just go, thanks for the support, Krath. Can see I have a real supporter.
Where's that one going? Someone please show me. Where's the other smoke going? Oh, jungle.
Deep jungle. Very deep jungle. Shazam, well, okay, just trying to go for a trick shot. Probably spending a little bit too much time on OpTic, but they're able to get the 2 kills. And Gade is going to take a dink through the edge of the wall, but Shazam's still able to post up there. And Davey, he's coming out too late.
Impact, yeah.
Guess is the Splyce pincer attack is just coming out too late and allowing OpTic a lot of space. What?
What is Gade?
What is Gade's hand doing? What is that? It's like, I saw he's like having a pumpy, but Shazam, really well played from him to lock it down for OpTic. That was really scary, but Shazam steps it up to get 3 kills and make sure Splyce doesn't go in. But that, once again, Splyce need to go in faster together. And you're still laughing about Cade's hand just wiggling around on the ladder, aren't you?
He's getting a bit funky under the balcony there.
And Splyce have to eco here, obviously taking a lot of damage after the first anti-eco. Even the second anti-eco, they bought AKs afterwards, lost 2 guns. Buying AKs, the money is all over the place, so just a little bit of utility to see if they can get the way in. And nice HE grenade. You can see it landed just behind a wall, so Drone not taking any damage. Didn't even break a sweat, he just goes, whew. HE grenade, more like... I can't find out the pun in time, but Stanislaw, this should be a pretty easy mow down for him. Once again, Splyce just coming out just 1 by 1.
See, Config's taught him how to crab walk spray. It's good stuff.
See, Stanislaw should have switched to the pistol, would have got him the, you know, a kill faster. It's faster than reloading. He needs to go back to the basics. But OpTic now building up a little bit of money in the bank account.
What a highlight this one was. Very exciting stuff.
It's almost like T's pushing 1 by 1 through smoke shouldn't succeed. They didn't, thank goodness. Because so many times I see T's pushing 1 by 1 and some guy, like the CT just whiffs it and then the T guy just gets a kill and then goes, yeah, awesome, that's the correct passage of play. Never is the correct passage of play, is Shazam. It's going to smoke off the Molotov almost immediately. Cage, and it's going to be completely blinded out. Davey gets 1. Config spraying just in case there was another one following close by. There wasn't, but he's able to bail. Shazam missing a flick shot into Exotic, who, as you can see, took 20 bullets on the Galil to get the kill.
It's pretty good. It's above average.
Gets the kill, and you're going to be happy with that if you're Exotic. But look at Stanislaw pushing really close up. Is he not aware there's... Oh no, he's not aware, but he is aware as soon as the gun
Maybe he was so aware that he just knew that he wasn't going to be...
Okay, I was scared for it. I was like, is that how you connected to your teammates in there?
He came from top mid with the AK and he forgot that he was the CT. Gotta take connector.
Cutler on the other side, looking to do some damage. And Gade, I think he may have spotted out the player.
No, he's still jump spotting.
Still jump spotting, but Stanislaw now coming back into the B bomb site. Gade, he's been spotted out now. Cutler's not committing into the A bomb site, but he's drawn a few rotations. In fact, he's drawn both of the attentions away. Stanislaw not watching to B. The last thing he's going to have is a surprise. They're both coming out. Stanislaw won't be able to land the spray initially. Does drop the bomb carrier. Now it's all down to Drone.
All right, Drone. Time to make up for your game so far.
We have to find if Drone is a hatchery or a lair, and it looks like he is nothing. He's just going to be... He's trying to build the hatchery into an expansion.
He's the little red smear on the ground when the drone gets squished.
Yeah.
Actually, probably not. He kind of got laser beamed like Configs or Colossus or something.
Just destroyed. And another tactical pause from Splyce. I think this is...
Oh, water. How do you say that? Yo. Ew. Oh.
Oh? I don't know.
E-A-U.
So, what language is it? Is it French or is it German?
Yes.
I love your responses sometimes, Billy. It doesn't really help me out here. Like, I have nothing to work with.
I don't know, man. What do you want from me? I'm not a language expert. I'm not even an expert on Counter-Strike.
You're not meant to say that. Oh, no. This is it. The fraud's been... The game's up.
As if it wasn't obvious already.
The game's up. We can't pull it off any longer. He's actually an expert in obviously not reading water bottles from different foreign languages.
Obviously not. Unfortunate. I'm underqualified.
Yeah, well, we sometimes need the critical information, just like that. Double A shooting into A ramp, but Splyce going to go for a full A side execute. A few flashbangs to barrel out. Gade thinks about using grenades, but we know Gade doesn't use grenades, and as a result is going to go down. Config is going to find none, and Splyce with the CZs just going to be overwhelming opponents. Love to see it, really. Splyce go, let's just go full A side execute with CZs. No Molotovs, just a few flashbangs. And Gade goes, I've got an incendiary grenade. I should probably drop it for A ramp, but I've remembered that I'm Gade and I don't use grenades.
Only thing Gade uses is the bomb.
Bomb and killing people in an off angle. But he's blinded out this time, can't kill anyone.
How does this happen, Kev?
No, not using an incendiary grenade at A ramp, probably containing and making sure they can't bust out after the grenades come out. Like, maybe Splyce shouldn't use rifles. They should just keep going fast somewhere.
They even retained 3 guns off the end of that.
4 guns, didn't they retrieve?
Oh, was that AK as well?
Yeah.
They didn't buy that? Okay.
They retrieved 4 guns in that
4 guns.
one. Yeah, that's a...
And they might put OpTic on an eco. What is going on, Kev?
Those are the rounds that you can't lose if you're OpTic.
Really got to win those.
Really got to win those. And Splyce just going for just a quick play. And I think that might be what they need. They just need to go in fast.
Just pops his head every time. He'd be taking a lot of damage in your system, Kevin.
Oh, he's got the head. He's got the helmet. So, you know, safety first. Safety first.
Okay, at least there's a logic to it.
If you got it, like if you think about it, real life, right? If I told you to jump at that door at the moment without a helmet, it's going to hurt. You're going to have concussion 100% if you're jumping.
Is that like that vine of the guy like skipping through the school?
Yeah, he just oh my god, I can see it in my mind at the moment. Well, the guy just coat hangers himself. It's that bad. A lot of attention being placed at mid at the moment by OpTic, and the Exotic not going to be blinded out. A lot of targets, too many targets.
I think he just got coat hangered himself.
Too many targets, and Splyce not in a position really to go anywhere and explode fast to take any other control. So OpTic are allowed to kind of reset into a more neutral position.
Alright, they've got control of top mid. That's not the bomb side though. Splyce, OpTic aren't interested in mid anymore. That was like 20 seconds ago.
Why can't you... Okay, so you can throw flashbangs and everything. Why can't you prime the explosive in the last 6 seconds, just peg it at the bomb site? It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, why are we blowing up a bunch of barrels and underwater things? You know, just random boxes. Most of them are just random boxes.
Oh, this is now looking ugly for OpTic. Gade just caught in no man's land. Splyce able to get 2 kills in Config. By the time he chimes in, he just gets 1-for-1 traded in Splyce. They had the numbers disadvantage. They had every single disadvantage possible. I mean, Cajun B doing his best to try to bring it back. He spotted out Drone. Doesn't know where 7 is, but that shot from Cajun B, the clutch master, as you said earlier, Billy. And he's brought it back for OpTic. And what opportunity Splyce had is now all down to Drone, who... Has been having a pretty rough game so far, and he's going to have to bust out through the smoke, and there's... Oh, that was close. 2 people watching it. Cage and B, you thought he would get the kill. It's going to be Stanislaw at the end of the day.
What's Splyce's money looking like? Probably still
They
a
can
buy
buy
because they retained so many weapons from that pistol round.
And OpTic's money isn't looking too crash hot, so
Okay,
they don't have
so
the
they will
AWP.
be broke, probably. Maybe like 1k on Zodic and Semphis, except Zodic might buy an AWP, so it's pretty much only going to be Semphis with money. Drone's going to have to drop one to Davey. Alright. Yep, they're pretty broke. If they lose this one, they'll probably... Yeah, they'll... Well, obviously it's 15 rounds, so that speaks for itself. There's no... Yeah. Yeah, but nah.
So Splyce, their best opportunity right now is going to be in this round, as Stanislaw is thinking about what to do. At least he's still alive. Just going to drop the incendiary grenade to buy a little bit more time. Or actually a smoke grenade to try to play around. But he's going to put his back in a corner. And Splyce, are they going to be able to identify this? Shazam goes down. And now Stanislaw can't even get the kill on Cutler, who is low. And Config, so many targets to spray. It looks good. He actually gets 3. The third one through the edge of the smoke, and Gade loving to, maybe he should probably have his gun out. He's heard Semphis. Oh, now this is really exciting because Gade pushing in just as Semphis gives up the angle. And
Exotic's just too good, mate.
Yeah, if Exotic doesn't check this, he's going to be flashing out from a different angle. That's going to buy attention to the short. Instead, you can see Exotic looking at short. He's not focused, and B-Apps now down to a 1-on-1. The bomb. Semphis does not have the bomb. His head exposed, but Semphis just a little bit sharper. Is able to land the headshot on Gade, and Splyce now resetting OpTic.
Double eco for 4 of their players.
Yes, Stanislaw, only 1 kill here, but look at this. This is beautiful spray control.
He didn't even get 1, mate.
He got the 3rd one just in the 1 or 3 bullets.
Didn't even get 1 though.
Yep.
In that spot. Double eco going to come out of OpTic. They're going to let Splyce get to 12. Interesting.
Or Splyce have to still do work.
Then again,
P250s and Deagles.
Config's got a Deagle. It's not over.
I mean, 3 people got a Deagle. Shazam's got a Deagle. Gade's got okay, maybe not Gade. Gade hasn't been too much of a threat so far.
He's better at killing bots than he is killing Splyce. You seen his aim bots things?
Yeah, he's been having a rough series. So I wouldn't say too rough of a series. He's been doing well in specific patches, but not consistently
Look how many
well
stat
enough.
tracks are on that, mate.
I didn't even see.
Got like, is it 5 or 50,000 kills? It's one of those. I think it's 5,000.
Yeah, I'd just literally just make an eco slaw map and then just plus attack and just ult
doesn't
that
work,
out.
mate. The aim, like the private matches, don't give you stat tracks.
I swear that they used to.
Well, they don't now.
Config's got a lot of work to do, and Gade just goes, I'll take your angle,
What are you
I'll
saying about
find
Gade?
1. And Drone finds more. With the Galil, look at that. 2 kills
What
with
did
the
you say
Galil.
about my boy Gade? I'll have you know he hangs with the hottest eagles.
Hottest Eagles, freshest ones haps. You wouldn't talk bad about him on an ESL Pro League broadcast. All I'm just saying, he's not having the most hot series, We said, Cage and B's had a couple of good clutches. He's been pretty cold on Mirage, but really, like the other guys that are fragging at the moment, I think it was Stanislaw or Shazam alongside with Config. So tactical pause now probably from OpTic to figure out what they want to be doing. Oh no, Splyce actually calling a tactical pause. I think this might be their final one. I think they're allowed 4 overall.
Expecting the OpTic buy. That might be a bit awkward.
Maybe just taking, take a little bit of ground.
You know what? If they're expecting the OpTic buy here and they bring out their secret strat, that's pretty okay for OpTic because, you just basically used up one of your aces up your sleeves to kill a bunch of dudes with pistols.
Maybe Splyce just taking stock of the land, observing what's going to be happening in the next couple of games and just trying to figure out what they should be doing. And they're just going to decide to go for an A site execute, but this is where OpTic are stacked at. They're looking to make a play. Config, if he throws a splash right now, could catch all of them, but it won't catch all of them. It's Drone! 2 shots, 2 headshots! And Config, the last man left standing. That could have gone disastrous for Splyce, but Splyce was just able to find the minute seconds to get in there. And as a result, just mow them completely down. And Drone, that was pretty sharp.
Yeah.
That was scary, because if that flashbang came through, that would have been 2 or 3 Ts completely blind against 4 CTs swinging in.
Didn't he? Like, what happened here? Oh, that's a T flash, and then the CT flash comes out, but it's like thrown into nowhere.
It's way too high, way too late,
Yeah.
and no CTs left. But this is the buy round from OpTic. They don't have a full set of utility, but they've got the firepower. Let's see how they're going to go here. It's going to be another I was going to say a config versus Cutler duel. But Cutler actually just retaining the Galil. They have enough money to buy AK-47s, but looking to keep, looking to maintain good upkeep of the weapons. Config so aggressive, isolated at Catwalk. He's going to have to fall back soon, but he's committed. Oh, he's committed as heck at the moment, and it doesn't matter how far up he is. If he gets all the kills, it doesn't matter. The trade comes out a little bit too late. So even though Splyce, they got the trade, they're down on the 3 and 4, and they've got to figure out what to do in this situation. Davey going to be just sitting here watching window and calling out what he wants the boys to do. They're going to be going back to the A-bomb site. That's where Shazam is. That's where Gate is.
What's the call from Splyce? Looks like they're going to commit to a bomb site with 2 people on it. Shazam's got a... Well, they've got a fair bit of utility. Might have a free shot off before they come out the ramp.
Making a contact play, and this is
Shazam's posted on Palace here, actually, and it's Gade who's going to have contact, so... Oh, no, they're giving it to him. Alright, they're letting him walk in. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, this could be dangerous, but if Gade peeks out at the right time, could be a different story. Drone still walking, still clearing the angles. He spotted out the shoulder of Shazam, but he hasn't checked Firebox just yet. Oh, now the Firebox presence being known, but Drone can't get the kill. Now down to a 1 and 3. Davey, he's in jungle, and he knows that Gade smoked himself off. He wants to look for Stanislaw right now, but he's going to reload. Make sure his clip is healthy. Gade just wide, strafing out. It's going to catch Davey off guard. And OpTic going to be on map point, but it's been a struggle so far in comparison to the previous map. Splyce making OpTic work for it, and they've got another buy. They've got another chance.
They could potentially actually reset OpTic here and even it up for OT. If they won this round, like, OpTic would be... 3 of them would be single eco, 2 of them would be double eco.
But they've got to win this round at the moment, and Config was thinking about going aggressive, is now going aggressive alongside. There's no flashbang stand first, won't be able to get the kill. And Gade, as well as Config, able to find 2, but Splyce, they got to come in and get the trade. Config trying to retrieve the AK-47 ammunition. It's not going to work out. Now Shazam posting the angle, has to back out. Too much pressure. He's going to get into connector instead. And smoke comes up. Splyce should be able to get the defuse. Sorry, not the defuse, the bomb plant down. The defuse hasn't come out just yet. Smoke in the CT, but it's not a good smoke grenade.
2 smokes and a molly, as well as a flashbang. Shazam still posted up. So there's plenty of stuff for the retake. That
Exotic has done so well in this round, and he brings it back for his team. This could be huge. But Stanislaw decides to go back up in the ticket. Davey now caught in the middle of the open. This may all down to be... It might all go down to Exotic right now with the AWP. So many angles to check. He's going aggressive right now. Shazam caught between 2 people. Fires 1. Doesn't know where the second one is. Exotic is the close range deal with the orb, and Shazam's going to come out on top. And OpTic Gaming going to take it 16-12. A much closer game on Mirage, but they still take the series 2-0 for tonight. So much needed wins for OpTic Gaming to... I shouldn't say much needed wins, but they definitely did need to take it against Splyce, which was looking like a much weaker unit today.
I mean, yeah, they have to get the 2-0 if they want to make sure they stay up there in the standings. Man, definitely need to work on their own map pick, I would say, Kev. They looked a lot better on Train than they did on Mirage, but then again, it's a fairly new team. They probably can't know what their map pool is or all of their strengths and stuff like that, and obviously having players from 2 different regions can make, consistent amounts of practice difficult sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're all living together now in the same country, aren't they?
Okay. I'm not sure.
I'm fairly certain they're all in the same country at the moment in NA practicing together. Can't confirm that, obviously. Wasn't able to see the ping, but I mean, they were playing like they had normal ping.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It wasn't as if they were playing with European ping.
Like the old OpTic lineup went back and forth, etc.
Yeah. I mean, with this new lineup, hopefully they're able to sit down and grind out a few kind of strategies as well as tactics. Because, yeah, Mirage, that was my fear, right? Train, we didn't see too much of it. And Mirage, I think we saw, like, the exact gaps. And that's why I say that this current lineup, it's not a top-tier team because there's just too many gaps, and a good team can exploit those gaps.
Gade's definitely probably the weaker point on the team.
Not looking too crash hot at the moment, but maybe this is just an off day for him. Maybe he's played well in terms of other matches.
Yeah,
and,
he definitely has.
Maybe you never know until you come into the day. Condition is just so transient sometimes.
Yep.
That's all you have to add?
Yeah, that's all I have to add. I mean, I already said it. They need to work on their Mirage. It's their map pick. They dominated them on Train with, very little strategy apart from just the dominant CT side where they continually took aim duels and won them.
This was impressive from Semphis.
Yeah, well, that's what you need. I think Semphis really, even more than the scoreboard really dictates, he really kept them in that game because sometimes you just need the guy who's making the plays to lift up the rest of your team and make everyone feel more confident. Because if no one's making plays and you don't get started at any point, you don't feel like, you know, you can even get in the game. But when your boy Semphis that you play with all day long and you're out fragging him in scrims gets, you know, 4Ks, you start to feel like, oh, well, maybe they are killable.
Yeah, if Semphis can get kills, why can't I? And Semphis definitely playing pretty well tonight, but just not enough support. I mean, Drone, I think Drone is more of a support-orientated player. Didn't see him peak too much today, which is, you know, Drone has had really good games, but also had really, really cold games as well. I think that's just in the nature of sometimes being that support player. And yeah, Semphis actually did land that last bullet headshot just as we switched off. So I think another thing actually to point out for Splyce, a lot of positives as well. Exotic having, you know, some pretty good rounds.
Yeah. Bit inconsistent though.
I mean, that's to be expected. Still, you know, pretty much a player learning the ropes of things and looking to gain more experience. The only way that you can get experience is you bloody your nose in these kind of fights where you get punished by better players. You understand why and how they're doing it.
That was a great highlight. 20 HP guy and he tags him once, gets him down to 1. I will say, every time Zodic's in the right position, he's usually hitting the AWP shot. The thing is that he's not regularly in those positions. So
yeah, we saw
if you get someone else to operate his keyboard and put him in the right spot, or maybe the RGL micromanaging him a bit more, or get him to watch some more demos, then he'll be a lot better.
Yeah, that's down to just, you know, the learning process. You know, you make mistakes, you know, chin up, keep practicing hard. And Splyce, I think, you know, they'll be feeling a little bit disappointed. At one moment, I think they generally would have felt that Mirage was their game. I believed in Splyce actually coming back and probably taking the victory, maybe 16-14. The economy game was their way.
More solid overall than OpTic for sure. But the thing is that you play against players like Config. There's only so many rounds that you can just. Some rounds he just wins them.
Yeah,
you can't do anything about it.
And CT side, they definitely need more rounds as well. Only 5. Imagine if they got that par, you know, not even par, but, you know, 7 rounds, we would have said, look, this is pretty equal between both sides. 7 rounds, it could have been, you know, 13-14 at one stage. Maybe Splyce would have had that confidence behind them. They were always fighting against the uphill battle, and maybe that was the thing that kind of let them down at the end of the day. But good to see OpTic actually picking up 2 victories, and Splyce, you know, back to the drawing board to see how they can go for this season.
Yeah. I mean, they're in pretty much the middle of the standings, like 4th or 5th position. As for Splyce, a bit further down the order, probably going to be fighting against getting relegated again.
I mean, in terms of the 3 teams that were following the previous seasons, so Splyce and now Rogue as well as Complexity, after today, like, what order would you put these guys in?
Rogue 1, Splyce. Oh, wait, what was the other one?
Complexity.
Rogue 1, Splyce, and Complexity. It's hard.
It's really hard. No worries. Let's take a quick look at the schedule. If you did miss the action earlier on, it was a 1-1 split between Rogue and Complexity. Even though the score lines looked pretty one-sided, well, it was one-sided. I mean, there was still good stuff coming from both teams. Whereas on the side of Splyce and OpTic, I mean, first one, that was just OpTic all over. And Mirage, a little bit of a scrap fight. Finally, for the first time in a while, we had a scrap fight for our stream. But at the end of the day, OpTic Gaming take the 2-0. On the mainstream, a 1-1 split between Luminosity as well as Liquid. So Liquid maybe losing a little bit of the steam, and Cloud9 taking the first map against NRG, and now just starting into the second one.
Rip my prediction.
Rip your prediction. The caster's curse. So, I mean, I think we're about to finish off quite soon as well. So if you're looking to jump into the next, you know, get some more Counter-Strike action before tonight is over, or today is over, depending where you tuned in from, take a look at the NRG versus Cloud9 match. Definitely should be a banger.
Yep. And we're back tomorrow, I think, Kev.
We are back tomorrow, as well as, I think, American time Thursday, I believe. Yeah, it's Wednesday here for us, right? But Tuesday over there.
Yep.
Yeah, so I always lose track of time. Time has become a little bit transient for me. There's been too many overnight broadcasts for me to understand which day it is now.
Too much tanks, too much RuneScape.
No, it's just literally too much commentating at, like, odd hours. That is, you know, some of the struggles. A lot of the other casters do different games in different time zones. I'm just not quite attuned to different time zones just yet. I have a annoying person back at home who chews me out as soon as I stay up too late. So that's probably the difference. Do you have someone, does your partner chew you out if you stay up too late, or not really?
No, but cheers annoying.
Oh. Oh, no. So this is, I just hope they never review this and they never hear this, that we said that our partners are both annoying. We both love them. We also love Counter-Strike, but that's it from us tonight for ESL Pro League Season 7 North America. Do make sure that you tune in tomorrow as well. We've got more matches tomorrow. Until then, take care.